And then Ronaldo! Balotelli, Aguero! It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent. Here's Messi. Away from 2, 3, 4. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
The Football Drop Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Football Drop Podcast. My name is Will. Welcome to our regular listeners and our new listeners, if we ever have any. I've got Benji with me.
Hello, mate. You okay?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. What was with that intro? Hello, I'm Will. You forgot your name.
Trying to change it up, but not being.
It's like we've not done. Yeah, it's not. We've not recorded over 100 episodes, so we should at least be in some sort of rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the night.
I was literally about far too early. How are you? Oh,
how are you?
Yeah, I'm right, thank you, mate. I'm okay. It's very early today, isn't it?
It's 7 o'clock.
7 a.m. 7 a.m. Some may say.
7 a.m. on a Monday morning. We are ready with the Premier League action and the Euro roundup for today. We're going to do it all, mate. We're going to do it all. No excuses.
Do it all. Are we doing a cheeky little Portuguese league as well that's based in South America?
They speak Portuguese.
And Spanish? Or just Portuguese?
Well, it depends. Some and some. Some speak English.
Oh, really?
It's quite
amazing.
Multicultural, really. Yeah.
Incredible.
How was your weekend, mate?
Yeah, it's been good. It's gone very quickly, though. I haven't really done much.
No? How come?
I can't remember what I've done. It's just been a nothing weekend, really. I think Saturday... We'll do Saturday. I think Saturday I just chilled out, really.
Wow.
Just sat around, tried to do some templates for the pod. I failed miserably, so watched football instead.
I tell you, I think what you need to do now, mate, is to actually just start being a little bit more interesting and doing things at the weekend. Like next week, I want you to come on the podcast and I want you to be like, I went skydiving. But
I can say that. That's not a problem.
My parachute didn't open, so I had to like hold my t-shirt above my head in it, and it miraculously worked. And I then came down, and then somebody was shooting at me, so I had to like fuck them up with the elbow jab to the face.
The people's elbow.
Rather than every week. Yeah, I didn't really do much. Laura pissed me off.
We had a bit of a barmy on Sunday. Oh,
God, of course you did.
Yeah, full blown, mate. But we're okay now. It's fine. How was your weekend? You did a lot more than I did. You braved blue water, I believe, on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, I did, mate. Yeah, braved blue water. Smashed it out the park. Christmas presents, pretty much.
Hang on, you smashed it out the park? How can you smash a shopping trip out the park?
Well, easy. Just smashed it, mate. Just went there and just smashed it. Got in, got done, got out. That's what Selk loves about me. Yeah. No,
you're that guy.
You're that guy. I'm that guy. My guy.
Was it busy up there?
It wasn't too bad to start off with, and then it got really, really busy.
Yeah,
luckily, we'd like had breakfast in Marks and Spencer's where it wasn't that busy, and fucked off to Wagamama's afterwards. Banging.
That's what you need to do after you've had a breakfast. Get a lunch.
Yeah.
That's my sort of day.
No, it wasn't quite in like a close proximity. There was a bit of time between. But yeah, mate, it was all right, mate. Yeah, no, we had a nice day. Wrapped up all of our Christmas presents pretty much now. It's the 4th of December, mate. Smashing it, mate.
I haven't even bought wrapping paper yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I did buy this really cool gadget that turns up today.
Okay. Look how
so it's, mate, honestly, I saw it on a Facebook advert and then I was a mug and bought it straight away. So it holds on to the wrapping paper. Then you can pull the wrapping paper out and it goes like through a little gap of it. So then you obviously holding it, so you're not creasing it or anything like that. And then obviously you can fold it as well because it holds it tight. But then you can bring it to the end and it's got a blade on the other side, so you can slice it and cut it like dead straight. Amazing. No scissors. No, you know when you cut it and you always get those little like tear little bits on it, and you just think, oh, what a nightmare this is. Don't need to anymore. Worry no more, as they say.
Fair play. I was actually quite impressed with Selge, I'm not going to lie, where she like allowed me to wrap up Christmas presents.
Who's the rapper in that house?
It's not me. I think out of the four of us, well, actually, if I include the pets, out of the six of us, I'm probably last on the list. But yeah, I did all right. I did all right. But right, so you know when like you're really proud of yourself, so you're like, I've done all right. No, I've wrapped all this up. I think I've actually done all right. And then from
Yeah.
across the other side of the room, she goes, "You have only wrapped up the square stuff."
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you're only doing a few things. If you do it perfectly, who cares?
That's what I keep telling her, but she will not
Yeah.
listen. Yeah, but I do
But
it
honestly,
perfectly.
anything that's like a funny shape, it's ridiculous. It's a nightmare. Like one of the hardest things ever to wrap is a Quality Street tin.
Is it?
So many corners. It's so difficult. Why would you do that? Why would you make something like that?
That's a good point. I think you need to take it up with Nestle. Is it Nestle? It's Nestle.
I don't know. I think so. Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll have a look. We'll Google it after.
Google A. Yeah, we'll come back to you, listeners, because I'm sure you're all on tenterhooks, waiting for us to come back to you with that. I hear
Absolutely.
there's some beef that you have with me about a WhatsApp message that I might have unintentionally missed.
Yes, it's actually a WhatsApp voice clip to be precise. So we have our Christmas song.
We do.
And what's
I
our
would.
Christmas song?
Feliz Navidad.
Do, 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 do. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We've done
And
a
I
lot of
sent a
singing
voice
on this
clip.
podcast already.
We do.
We never sing, and there's a reason for that. They're like, fucking turn this off.
Yeah, this is why we don't do a singing podcast. And yeah, I sent it last week when I put the tree up. It came on the radio, and I was like, oh, getting all excited. And I'll be honest, Laura pointed it out and went, oh, actually, it was a Will song, which I thought was really sweet.
Did she?
Yeah, so I sent a little voice clip of it, and nothing, no acknowledgement, nothing whatsoever.
Well, I just want to take this opportunity, Ben, to apologise, which hopefully you will accept with grace and decorum that I know that you very rarely have. So I want to apologise for missing that message. It was not intentional. It was a fluke, if you will. And I
Well,
didn't see it.
the problem I have now is it came on yesterday, and I was going to record it and send it to you again, and I remembered it, and I was very bitter, and I was like, nope, not sending it.
Wow.
Genuinely.
Wow.
I was like, well, he doesn't care anymore. He's moved on from that.
I haven't. I care.
He's probably got
care.
another Christmas song with another friend now, on another podcast or something. It's fine. You do you.
In the blue corner. Yeah, yeah.
We thought it was funny. Change it
Yeah,
up a bit, mate.
Yeah, of course. No, I apologise. I haven't seen that. I will try and find it and go through. And if I listen to our song again, I'll be sure to drive straight round to your house, jump out on the driveway.
All right, Chris Ree.
Dance. Yeah, driving home for Christmas. This is a very music orientated podcast.
Christmas songs with a splash of football.
Yeah. Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Everything all right though?
Football news, yeah, all good, mate. Football news this week. What's been happening?
Move on. Is that we're moving on?
Let's move on. Yeah, I was trying to do a seamless transition, but you've just made it really clunky and obvious. But yeah,
yeah, that's what I do, mate. That's what I do best. You know, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here to be clear and obvious, which takes me
and
on
clunky.
to last podcast episode. We were full of praise for VAR, weren't we?
We were, yes.
We recorded
correct.
it on the Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And we was quite, complimentary towards VAR. And then Wolves played again.
They are the unluckiest team in the league when it comes to VAR this season.
It is ridiculous. It seems to be they're like their players are like pulling out of challenges and sort of putting their hands up, and then they're still catching a little bit of the other player, and they're getting fouls against.
Wolverhampton
Yeah,
Wanderers. Yeah. Honestly, O'Neill must be fucking furious
well,
every
he
week.
is. Yeah, he is.
It must be like, seriously, again.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're really getting screwed over here, and it's costing them a lot of points now.
yeah, it's horrendous for them.
How do they change this though?
That's probably the $12 billion question, mate.
$12 billion. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Have you got any answers to that, or are we just gonna leave it open and move on?
Yeah, let's just move on.
Cool. Excellent. But if you guys listening, if you know anything, but Will clearly doesn't, let us know. Hit us up in the comments, or just email us, football.podcast@hotmail.com. So, and hopefully Will can talk about it next week because he's got lots of information. He has no idea what he's doing. He still points in the wrong direction because he's a legend. Absolute useless bastard. But that's fine. It's absolutely fine. Jesus Christ. What's been happening this week in the news? Any exciting stuff?
Is that way? Is that way? Right, I've got to remember. There. Got it. Sorry, what was you saying?
What's been happening in the news this week, mate, after you pointing away?
Well, I saw something about sin bins. Did you see the thing about the sin bin?
I have. Well, I've heard lots of pundits and ex-players absolutely slagging off the idea.
What do you think of sin bins?
Well, they've got it at grassroots level now, and it seems to work okay.
So, answer me this then, fan of sin bins. So Ben's approved it, clearly.
No, I'm not. I'm not
No,
approving it, and I'm putting that on record. I'm not approving it. I'm just saying it works in certain aspects.
What's up with the yellow card? What's up with the red card?
What do you mean? What's up with it?
What's a sin bin going to bring to us that a yellow card or a red card shan't do?
Well, if it's one of those challenges, you're like, that was dirty. Well, no, actually saying that, yeah, they'd get a card, wouldn't they? Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
It's normally for dissent and things like that, I suppose. If you're sort of mouthing off to the referee, then I don't think it should warrant a card. But a sin bin for 10 minutes, that's well, don't fucking do it again, and that's you're penalising your team because you're being mouthy. I think that could help with the respect side of the game for the refs and the linos or whatever.
Lewis Dunkett, send him off. If he's being a knob and he's abusing the ref, send him off.
Yeah, I agree. I think that should be the best way to do it. I don't really understand why they're doing sin bins.
Well, that's what I'm
but
asking.
It is what it is. I don't really understand.
I think they've referred to like one incident in the World Cup where a sin bin could have been used because a yellow card was probably a bit too harsh, but it needed something. But change the rule. Here's a question for you. If you could change one rule in football, what rule would it be?
Offside.
You'd change the offside rule?
Yeah.
What would you do?
Bring it back to what it used to be when your player's in front of the other player. Not this fucking toenail and eyelash in front and things like that. When you're fully in front of it, make it completely clear.
But what you've not done there is made it very clear. You've said, it doesn't matter about a toenail or an eyelash. I want it to be clear. But
any part of the body that can properly score a goal,
right?
Like intentionally score a goal, I think should be the phrase. Then anything in front of that is offside. But it's not, because you can't intentionally score off your fucking nose or your ear or something like that, or your chin.
That's weird. It's called a head. So
or your bollock.
But you can.
Yeah, but you're not intentionally going to.
You can score with anything except it's your hand.
Yeah. Okay, you can. Yeah. Okay. What would you do then? If you're just shooting down what I say, so yeah. What would you do?
I'm just debating, mate. I'm just having a debate with you because you're saying you want it to be. Because what you've done there, right, is you've gone. I want it to be really clear and obvious. I don't want it to be a toenail or anything like that. It's anything you can score with. Okay. So,
but anything you can intentionally score with.
Score with your toe, yeah, fine. You don't want that to be an offside thing. So you said you want it to be really clear, not made it very clear, and then had a go at me for arguing back at you. This is what's happened.
You put me on the spot. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, no, I just want it to be really clear. Like, yeah. Okay, how? Well, just not very clear.
Okay, moving on. So I think things like dissent, that should
I would
be
change the handball rule. I'd make that very
okay.
clear because it's not
How
clear.
would you make that clear then, mate? How would you make it clear?
So what I would do is I'm okay with the kind of elbow-ish down. That's fine. But I think if you're looking at it being so you've gone up for a header and you've accidentally hit it with your hand, like that shouldn't be a foul. That's an accident. Or a prime example, and I know it is actually against the rules, but Newcastle against PSG in the week, that was never a handball.
Mm.
Absolutely
But
disgraceful.
it was because it hit his hand.
But no, because actually it was against the rules. But it was the wrong decision because if it comes off another part of your body and then hits your hand, it shouldn't be handball. So
But if your hand's out in an unnatural position, so if I'm jumping, I appreciate you use your arms a little bit, but if your hand's up here as you're jumping and it hits your hand, that's handball.
yeah,
If you're throwing yourself into a block when someone's had a shot and you're having your hand out like there,
yeah,
just trying to work on the video, bomb, then you're basically doing a goalie save. It's handball.
yeah. You sound like you're arguing with me, but you're saying exactly what I'm trying to say. But it sounds like
Yeah.
you're doing it with a bit of like you've done a Tom Davis where you've like moved right up to the camera and you've gone
I haven't moved up to the camera at all.
If like you move your hands into an unnatural position, like yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, you're right. It is handball. However, but when it's up to like your elbow and things like that, well, what if people have got? Well, if it hits you right on the elbow, what's that then?
That's handball.
But if it's hit you right there, right on the edge of your elbow, that can go anywhere. That's not your arm, especially if you've gone like that.
Yeah, that's handball.
You put your elbow up. It's not.
Well, it is.
Why would that? That shouldn't be though.
Yeah,
So
but
if you're
it
doing
should
that
be.
to cover your face,
Yeah,
something
but
like that, it's still within your body.
If you're doing
It's
that,
still within
that's
your
fine.
body.
That's fine.
Yeah, but it's not because it's hitting your elbow. Then you say it's handball.
No, because you're doing two things.
You're going like that, but your elbow.
If it's
No,
like
look, you're going like
that,
that, but your elbow's out. It's
but
handball. You
if
said
you're-
that's
if
just
you're-
what you
If
said.
your elbow is out in an unnatural position, handball.
Right. Okay. But what's an unnatural position when you're jumping up then? And this is part of the debate of what a lot of the ex-players and stuff are having.
with your arms down by your sides, can you? You're going to
No.
need a little bit of a springboard. As long as it's like that, it's fine.
But do you need like a measurement of angle of how much it comes out? Like it seems too much. I completely agree with your point, but I'm just saying for a devil's advocate.
No,
just playing devil's advocate of like when you're swinging up, like you do when you jump in, you do have your arms out, but how far out is allowed? Then it's all just I'm kind of guessing it's 32 degrees. It's 2 degrees over what you're allowed. Never mind.
But that's football. That's the love. That is the game that we play. There's always a little bit of human kind of what's the word? Initiative.
Yeah, I completely agree, and that's why I think VAR should be scrapped.
I keep arguing with you.
There should be key points. Key points can be kept, but I think generally the way it's used is wrong.
I keep arguing with you a little bit about this, but I also am starting to get to the point where I'm like, yeah, he's right. We should just scrap it.
It's too many mistakes.
There is too many mistakes. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Because then they've got all this technology to look. I don't want to keep talking about VAR actually, because no matter what we talk about, we seem to come and circle back round to VAR constantly.
Yeah. So sin bins, I don't think should be in. I think.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, sin bins. I was thinking, how the hell did we even get to this topic? Yeah.
Yeah. I think sin bins just is a no-no. Leave that for that awful sport with the wrong shaped ball that you throw backwards.
Come on. Don't be so bitter because you never got chosen for your rugby team.
I would never want to. Honestly,
you were too delicate.
This is
too much of a delicate little flower.
Podcast. I couldn't think of anything worse than playing that game. It's just terrible. It's atrocious.
But you're unbelievable. Unbelievable. I agree with you with the not another song, Jesus. I do agree with you with the sort of sentiment though behind the sin bin. I think it ruins the game, or it can ruin the game, and especially for a fan's perspective. If you're paying 60, 70, 80 quid for a ticket and you've got one or two sin bins in the game, whatever team goes down to 10 will just sit there and defend.
Exactly.
You just have 10 men behind the ball not doing anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you're only going to do it for 10 minutes. Whereas if you're pushing for a
Exactly.
winner and you go down to 10 men, as in like from a real 10 men, as in you've got a red card, and you need the winner, you're going to push a little
You're
bit
still
harder.
going to go.
Whereas if you know it's only for a few minutes, you'll be like, fuck it, let's sit back for 10 boys, sit back. We'll wait for Mikel to come on, and then he's on, and he bangs in a couple. Oh, no, not Antonio.
No, he doesn't come on anymore, does he?
No, he's injured.
Bless him. So yeah, that's a good point though on sin bins. We managed to drag that out for about 6-7 minutes and
really?
spoke sin bin for about 34 seconds. But yeah, other than that, it was pretty decent. Yeah, we had a good job. Good job.
Good job, Bob.
So anything else in the news?
I think you had something, didn't you, for Jeff?
Oh yeah, Jeff Stelling has got a new Premier League results show coming out on Amazon, I think it is. Slightly different format, but the same stuff.
I'm not too happy with Amazon at the moment, actually, because they've just stopped doing the Grand Tour.
Yeah, but I don't think that was them. I think that was Clarkson and Co. Don't want to do it anymore.
They're old. Even so,
Clarkson's a farmer now, mate. He's a farmer.
He is. Even so, I'm not happy with it. But Random must have got a huge payout for Sir Jeff.
Sir Jeff Stelling.
Be funny if he was knighted before David Beckham, wouldn't it?
Oh, mate, what is your hate on David Beckham getting his knighthood?
No,
just because he's thirsty as fuck for it?
Yeah, it's not hate. It's just it's what it is, isn't it, bro?
Do you know what, one day when we get Bex on this show, he's going to listen back to this one episode and go, "You proper slagged me off, guys, and I'm not doing it anymore."
Yeah. Keep doing
it. Yeah, I will one day. One day, mate. One day.
Will you be tuning in?
There was... What's that?
Will you be tuning in?
What's the FTP podcast?
No, we both don't listen to this shit. No, to Jeff Stelling.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, see what it's all about.
Yeah.
I don't like Sky Sports, the Gillette Soccer Saturday stuff now.
Because Jeff's not on it. Who is it now? What's his name?
Simon something. Simon Thomas, yeah. I think he's a good presenter. It's just it's obviously a completely different show now, but I've grown up with Jeff being on the screen.
Yeah, you don't like
bringing that. It's just so exciting and he's so enthusiastic about everything. And now it's just like, oh. But I didn't like him when they got rid of like the old crew of like Letitia and stuff. I think it was good bringing in sort of more modern day footballers, but there's no sort of dynamic. It doesn't seem to gel very well.
Yeah, it'll get there. Stick with it, mate. Stick with it.
Like they've got Tim Sherwood. I mean, he's such an idiot when he speaks about it. So just don't nah, he's not what? You've literally said nothing at all. You just said 12 times in 18 words.
And what you really want him to be is really obvious about things, isn't it?
What do you mean?
No, like you are. Yeah, I just want it to be really clear. Like you can't have it where your toes offside, but and you intentionally score with something.
Oh, here we go. God, you throw a man under the bus and then you run back over him again just to make sure, just in case. I'm sure he was like flitting in his hand a little bit. Let's just run him over again, make sure he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
That's all right. No worries. Anytime. Do you want to move on to the Premier League?
Yeah, I think we need to. Oh no, actually, just a quick one. Ronaldo at the weekend.
Oh no, we're going to say that for the Saudi Pro League roundup, surely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Sense, doesn't it? Yeah, let's talk about that in the right segment. But no, you're right. It's seamless.
Well, he's on the news, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, take it away, William. Fucking idiot.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Loving it, mate. Loving it. Let's go.
You genuinely look furious.
Oh, just fed up of this, mate. Got me up early doors for this.
Me? This is you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've got a funeral to attend. God forbid. God forbid. Sorry, guys. I can't go because I've got to record a podcast with Will that 14 people listen to. Yep. Thanks, guys. Apologies.
Oh,
Right, Premier League.
Vexed. He is jarred off.
Oh, mate, I get jarred off when you say jarred. What is your issue? You're literally like Tom Davis. You're literally like Big Tommy D. You hear a word, you're like, oh, this is great. I'm going to use it in every sentence.
Pretty much. Oh.
Premier League.
Okay, Premier League.
You look worried. Have
No,
you
just
messed up
had
the
a-
recording again?
No. Just had a slight connection issue. I'll just have to edit that out.
Oh,
So let's go back.
right.
Oh, should we move on to the Premier League?
Let's move on to
What's going on?
yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Go on, take it away, Will. Kick us off.
What with?
The Premier League, yeah? That segment you've just introduced.
All right, yeah, no.
That's what I said. Will, kick it off. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Another seamless transition on the FDP. Lovely.
Should we start off with the greatest team the world has ever seen?
Yes, let's do that.
Arsenal, Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Yes. Should have been a bigger scoreline. We hit the post twice.
Yeah.
All over them in the first half, creating chance after chance after chance. I thought it was going to be like it was midweek for us.
Mate, midweek was a joke. I don't know if Lons were just that shit or Arsenal were that good. Maybe a mixture of both. But yeah, first half we really put it out stop. Second half was poor, and actually Wolves could have got themselves back into it. But yeah, we did hit the post a couple of times, didn't we? Good result. Yeah, put us 4 points clear.
It did. It did put us 4 points clear, which is nice. I mean, it's this season we're different to what we were last season. We're not firing on all cylinders, I don't feel like, but we're still winning. We're still winning these games.
We haven't got that number 9, have we? We haven't got that solid striker.
No, I mean we did have that last season, but we're still banging in lots of goals. That was my point.
It's different this season. We're just not banging them in, and we need that. That's what I mean. We need that number 9.
Yeah, I think it's hard. I mean, you do need that focal point, but I still think midfielders need to chip in with more goals. Wingers like Martinelli's not scored as many as he did this point last season. Saka is doing okay still. I think he's still producing.
He's always got 2 men on him, though, isn't he, Saka?
Yeah, but it's like the Havertz is obviously taking on that Xhaka role. Xhaka would have scored more goals by now. That's my concern. Xhaka fitted that system perfectly. I think Xhaka scored like 11 or 12 goals last season
it's
in all competitions.
A bit of time to get back into it. He was really good midweek.
I thought he was good at the weekend when he came on. I think he did look good.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you said, midweek he was incredible midweek. He suits European football, not Prem.
Yeah, I don't know. He is a different player to Xhaka. He's obviously he's a bit more driven to go forward, and with Declan Rice, like that's like 2 at Xhaka and Partey.
Yeah,
he's incredible. Yeah, so I think I think we did really well, and I think Havertz is going to be a very good player for us. I'm still hopeful that his confidence is up. He's going to be very good.
I really hope you're right. I do really hope you're right.
Yeah, me too.
Who's that? Brentford Luton?
Yeah, Luton did all right. The scoreline was obviously 3-1, but I feel like Luton was a lot better than I kind of thought they were going to be. Defensively, not really. I saw that their keeper is statistically the best goalkeeper in the league by saves.
Well, yeah, because he faces about 400 shots a game.
Exactly. And do you know who's second best?
Don't know. Trafford?
No.
Ramsdale?
Oh, no.
No, he's not.
Yeah, mate. Statistically, the second best keeper in the league.
This is why.
Exactly.
Like you compare that to, like podcast listens and plays, for example. If you get 10 plays on a podcast episode, you're like, oh, we only got 10. But if it's in 10 different countries, you can say, we're in 10 different countries.
But it's also about how, like you say, it's about how many shots you face. So if you've got a better defensive team, i.e. City, Ederson's not even on the list. Raya's not even on the list.
Well, Raya's not on the list for good reasons.
Because he's a top keeper. But
no,
yeah,
there's not really.
it was a pretty good game. I did feel that Luton could have got something out of it. Neil Maupay cannot stop banging them in now, can he?
Mate, he's a goal-scoring machine.
Right place, right time, mate.
Goal-scoring machine. Yeah, he's done well. I think Brentford are still a good team. I mean, they were very, very close to getting some points off of us last weekend. Yeah, I think we were a little bit fortunate, to be fair. But I do think they're a good team. I think they always expect not necessarily win against the big teams, but always put in a good performance. So well organised, well drilled. They know what they're doing. Big 3 points for him again.
I also like Frank. I think he's fucking quality.
He seems a little bit scatty, but he's got a good sort of sense of humour about him.
Yeah, I do like him.
Comes across very well, doesn't he?
I tell you who is odds on for a Derby County. Sheffield United.
They got absolutely hammered.
Battered. Absolutely battered. I thought Heckingbottom it's a funny one, isn't it? Because he came out and he said, there's players in there who know that they've done badly. They're not fighting. They're not playing for the team. They know who they are. I'm very honest with them. And I was like, oh, okay, fair play. But then I'm also a bit like, I don't know if I agree with that, because you're just basically coming out and kind of saying McBurney's fucked him up, which he did. Like, that was stupid.
He did the same thing to the same player, minutes apart.
I know, that's what I mean. Like, it was absolutely ridiculous. But I don't know, should a manager come out and just say, yeah, we know who's at fault, kind of thing?
Normally, this sort of happens when the manager's feeling the pressure, doesn't it? We've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
When you're coming out slagging your players off, it's because you're like, Joe, what? I'm fed up of this. I'm getting all the slack. I'm getting all the stick. Sorry, I'm not cutting them any more slack. It's on you guys.
Yeah.
Because it is ultimately down to the players on the pitch that either perform or don't perform. However, they've got that tactical knowledge and the game plans from the manager to a certain degree. Yes, they can choose to not necessarily follow that, but in those moments and those critical moments, people like Ollie McBurney, elbow someone in the face twice. What's the point?
Yeah, exactly. And
but some good goals on display.
Oh, mate, Brun Larsen's goal was quality. Was it
Brownhill's goal? I thought was good. Yeah.
As well, yeah, very good. I like the control from Brun Larsen. When that came down and he just sort of stopped it with his foot, moved on a little bit, bang! I was like, that is a goal.
Yeah, it was quality, wasn't it? It was absolutely quality. But you can see, with hindsight, it's a great thing. I mean, we've always been, well, I say always, we've been saying with Burnley, they need to change the way they play a little bit. They play a bit more defensively and a bit more solidly. No, the way they played, I know it's Sheffield United, so it doesn't really count. But you can see this is why they play like that. Once they can get a foothold in the game, it works. But you're against arguably the worst team in the league.
Funny you say that, because when I was watching it, I was thinking, do you know what? Fair play to Ben. He was right last week. They did need to change it up. Some of those long balls over was better than the kind of playing out from the back.
Yeah, but I mean that sort of attacking-minded football. I mean the actual game, like the style. Yes, they did do a lot more long balls over the top and sort of further balls.
Yeah, and it seemed to work for them. And I was like, shit, Ben fucking did get that bang on actually.
Tactical analysis, mate. Bang.
Sure.
What it's all about. But yeah, massive 5-0 win. Fair play to Burnley, and that's great for them at the bottom of the table as well. They lift them off the bottom. And goal difference comes into play hugely at that end of the table.
Exactly. Can you see that little green dot like there?
Yes.
What I've been looking at it for the last few podcasts that we've done, and I'm like, I've got no idea where this fucking green light is coming
It's
from.
on your camera.
It's absolutely not.
Oh, it disappears. Oh, there it is.
That's weird, isn't it? I know that's not very good for an audio thing, but it's weird.
No,
I
just
don't know
listen to
exactly.
us on YouTube more, guys. You can watch it then. You can watch Will getting really annoyed by a green dot.
Yeah,
What is
basically,
it
I'm
from?
like a cat. Okay, let's move on anyway.
Such an
Everton
idiot.
again away at Forest, home away, away home. They were away.
Yeah. Everton are really good away from home at the moment.
Yeah, they seem to be, don't they? I mean, Nottingham Forest are good at home, but Dwight McNeil, great goal,
Mate, what a absolute thunderbolt.
thunderbolt. Yeah,
Thunderbolt indeed. I think Everton did deserve it.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, they were definitely a better team, although they didn't have much possession. They seemed to just take their chance well. Lifts them off into 18th place, 2 points behind Luton. So they seem to be first win after that points deduction. Seem to be getting them up slowly but surely. They'll keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Do you get me?
I get you, mate. I get you. I get you indeed. But yeah, fair play to them. What was next? Was it Newcastle Man United? That was the last one on
Yes,
Saturday,
it
wasn't it?
was.
Yeah.
Yes, another disaster class from Man United. I don't really know where Ten Hag goes from here because they they are poor. They've rode their luck. Um, they just like I don't even know. Like Rashford, Martial just didn't show up. I think we
Rashford
had
was awful. He
so
didn't
bad.
run at all.
Anthony was. I mean, Anthony scored, didn't he? He was not. He was offside though. Like,
No, he wasn't. He was fine. It's the fact that Harry
oh, he
Maguire
hit
got
Harry
in the
Maguire, didn't he?
way.
Yes, of course.
Mate,
Yeah,
Harry Maguire, I think this is the third or fourth goal now they've chalked off this season because he's stupidly like playing like centre forward
yeah,
and he's never onside. Always ricochets off him, goes in, and they disallow a goal. And he looks at everyone like, oh, for God's sake, it's your fault, you moron.
yeah. Why are you that far forward? Um, yeah, it's actually unbelievable. And Harry Maguire was probably one of their better players. But yeah,
Yeah, worryingly.
I can't see how Ten Hag gets through Christmas.
Okay, so just for the sake of debate, I can. Now, the reason for that is if they're properly invested in a longer term strategy, they need to go through this pain and hardship before they get to the other side. So I will compare that to the Arsenal days where we had Socrates, Mustafi, and Rob Holding as like a back three at one stage, as our sort of main centre backs, where you know that they're bang average players. Like Rob Holding, great servant for the club, did a job when he needed to, but they're not those standout performers. They're bang average players, and that's what United have got now. They've got bang average players. So until they can develop it and grow, get those youngsters through that they've got, in the academies and stuff, and then get some better signings that have still got years and years ahead of them to perform and want to play for Man United. If they give Ten Hag the time, then it's an opportunity. Same as what we did with Arteta. We finished eighth 2 years in a row under him.
I get that. I
So
understand that.
it's
But
going to be a struggle to begin with. But
we
if you give them
haven't
that time,
we hadn't spent what his team is worth. Like that is a
no, that's
billion
true.
pound team with Hoyland's cost them 72 million.
He will come good. He's only 22.
Then you've got the likes of
Fidget
Rashford
spinner.
for Anthony, 80 million for Anthony, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that.
Similar for Maguire. Fernandez is a captain who just sulks all the time. Like, I just,
Yeah,
Martial. What has Martial ever done? How is he still a Man United player? How is he still playing there?
because no one else wants to buy him.
Yeah,
Literally, no one is interested in
but
him.
you've got Jadon Sancho who's been ostracised and just kicked from the first team and the club basically because of his performance and because he had a row with Ten Hag. Like, why is Ten Hag not doing the right thing for the team by going and saying to Jadon Sancho, "All right, you've cocked up. Like, it hasn't been great for us. Let's repair our relationship like adults."
So he wants
And
to instill that discipline in the club, which they've not had for years.
that's not instilling
He's saying, no,
discipline.
these are the standards. You need to apologise to me and have respect for people that are in a senior position to you.
Why? Why do you automatically have to have that respect? Like, he he should be the one leading by example. So what's going to happen if I don't know, say Fernandez falls out with Rashford? What happens then? Do they just then does then he go, well, actually, you don't talk to Jadon Sancho, so I'm not going to talk to Rashford. Rashford's like, well, I'm not going to talk to Bruno. Like, oh, fuck
Yeah,
you, man. I never want to talk to you ever again. And our leader is leading by example in that.
mate. Honestly, it's a very valid point. I completely understand and agree with you. I just think that's what Ten Hag, because that's what he's come out and said before. Is that the owners and the chairman, the directors, or whatever have said that one of the things they want to, introduce the discipline back to the club, and you hold yourself to high standards and set an example for youngsters and external side of things. So if Sancho's not doing that by not training hard enough, not performing well, he was out on the piss over in America and stuff like hours after a game or day after the game and things like that.
But so was Rashford.
So yeah, I was just about to say so is Rashford, but there's no consistency. It's like VAR. There's no consistency.
Yeah. Anyway, we've given Man United a bit of a bash in there, probably fairly, but
We
let's
have
move
Newcastle
on.
could have given them a bashing, but they only beat them 1-0.
1-0. Kieran Trippier was unlucky with that free kick, but yeah, good goal
What a
from,
free kick that was, though. My God.
yeah, Gordon, our guy, man.
Yeah, mate. I'll
Although
put him
I'm
in
not.
my dream team. Put him in my
No
dream team as
way!
well.
What a change!
Yeah,
Jesus.
man. He's delivering.
He is.
He's delivering.
Newcastle. Another injury, though, with Pope.
Yeah, I think that leaves them very open at the back now.
They're very short on players.
Yeah.
Um,
We said this at the start of the season that they're only a few injuries away from, really, really struggling. However, they're getting results. They've got that Lewis Miley. He's played 3 or 4 games back to back now.
yeah,
17 years old. This is a season where their academy players will come up trumps. Gives them that experience. It's a really good opportunity for them, but I do think they'll risk falling out of that top 4, top 5 bracket.
yeah.
Well, come end of the season anyway.
Fair play, mate. Fair fucking play.
So what's next on the list, William? You always have a different format to mine, different
Sure.
orders.
So should
Yeah,
we go to the Sunday games? AFC Bournemouth against Aston Villa.
yeah. See, I'm glad I didn't because mine is Chelsea Brighton. So yeah,
Well, to be fair, AFC Bournemouth in alphabetical order, I think, comes before Chelsea. I think.
it does. But when you Google Premier League results, it comes up in a different format, which is what I'm saying. So yeah, Bournemouth 2, Villa 2.
Yeah, it is
Big
Bournemouth
result for
2, Villa
Bournemouth.
2. Big result for Bournemouth. Starting to play quite well, although arguably Aston Villa weren't quite on top form.
Yeah, I don't think they turned up really today.
Well, they started to.
Midweek game, travelling around, always has an effect,
And there
doesn't
was
it?
a lot of violence, wasn't there, in that midweek game against Ligia? Ligia?
Yeah, literally Warsaw. Yeah,
Yeah. It's like 13 people, 13 police officers were injured, I think.
that's
More
mad.
arrests than that. It was mental. Yeah, Solanke, again, banging in a goal. Watkins, in my dream team, banging in goals for fun.
Yeah, I put Watkins on the bench for me because
Oh,
there was a very low chance that he was going to be playing.
yeah, well, I need to sort out my team, man. As you're probably aware, I haven't really done anything with it, bro.
Yeah, I'm soaring ahead of you in that little competition.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, good solid point for Bournemouth. For Villa, it's probably a couple of points drop for them. You know, they are up there fighting for the title at the moment. They're well in the race, performing very well. But yeah, a couple of points drop for them.
Certainly the race for fourth, yeah. Mate, Chelsea got this prediction bang on, which I was buzzing.
Yes, I saw. I don't know how you guessed that. It's ridiculous. This whole weekend for me has been freak results. Well, the Sunday games, I think, were all freak results in terms of what was happening. It's ridiculous.
I predicted Chelsea to win 3-2. So that is not
Yeah, I
a
know.
freak result.
I don't know. It is.
It's not. I predicted it, so it can't be a freak result if that's what I thought.
It is because you don't ever get things bang on. Neither of us do, which is why it's a freak result.
Mate.
Fuming, mate. Fuming. But yeah, 3-2. But Conor Gallagher, stupid tackles.
Yeah, it was.
Stupid fouls.
If it was Ten Hag, he's like, I'm not talking to you anymore.
Ten Hag's like, no, go away.
Yeah.
Go train with the under 10s.
I don't even like you anymore. You're naughty. Not my friend. Fernandes proved he's worth the money as well, didn't he?
What made me laugh
was Gallagher got sent off, and then Casado was like, I'm going to have a go now.
What? I don't think Casido's living up to expectations of his hype.
It was such a lot of money, wasn't it?
Such a lot of money for a player who's played for 18 months.
Yeah, exactly. I thought Brighton were kind of unlucky. What did you think of the pen?
It's a tough one. I think it's a soft pen.
I wanted it to not be. I was looking at it and I'm like, nah, that's not a pen. And then when I saw it over and over again, I thought it by the nature of the law, it is a pen. Because he didn't get the ball. I thought it looked like a bit of a shoulder barge, but then like his legs he did dive in. And I was like, yeah, well, I think we have to do that.
It was a bit wild. I think that's the thing. It was a bit uncontrolled. I think that's what kind of swings it.
It was a bit more than a shoulder barge, wasn't it? A shoulder barge and then some. So yeah, I thought it was a pen. I thought it was a red card. I thought actually they got that right. We'll hold on to VAR because there's a slating coming up. Don't worry.
There is, but just on that game though, with Brighton, they're really struggling in the league.
Yeah, I think it was always going to be the way, wasn't it? Because of European football.
Yeah, I think it just doesn't seem to be clear. Too many changes seem to be happening week on week at the moment. So there's no rhythm.
So, question for you. Because
go on.
They're sat in 8th place.
Yeah.
If we, as we suspect, next season 5th place gets Champions League football, does that mean that then that moves down? So 6th and 7th will be Europa, and then 8th will be Conference.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if you listeners will know it. No, I don't know if the listeners will know anything. If you let us know. If not, we'll try and find out for next week. I mean, yeah, it kind of makes sense, but I'm just trying to think, what did we have before when we had 5 teams in Champions League? I think you lost the Europa League spot.
That was a different kettle of fish, though. That was because Liverpool won it.
Well, I think it was Chelsea, actually, wasn't it?
I thought it was Liverpool won it, and anyway, let's move on. We're talking about Liverpool. Should we move on to the Liverpool game?
Yeah, mate, 4 arguably goal of the months in that game.
Yeah. Well, now it is, because November's gone and done, and Garnacho's going to obviously win that. Yeah, mate. Honestly,
insane, and they played in December, so yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I said November's gone. McAllister's goal, mate. That ball, I thought he took a deflection. I was like, who did that come off? And then I saw it again. I was like, oh, no, he just swerved.
So did I. But my God, that contact was incredible.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
I feel for Trent because his free kick was insane, but it looked like it would have gone off the bar and bounced out.
Yeah.
But hit the goalie, went in. So it doesn't even count as his goal. It's an own goal.
An own goal, yeah.
Which is harsh.
But he got the
So
winner.
harsh.
He got the winner, so that's the main thing. He's got that winner, you know?
Yeah, he's got the winner, didn't he?
He got the winner, you know?
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Who was the third goal?
Endo.
Endo, that's it. That was a hit and a half as well. Side foot, bang in the corner.
Yeah, mate. Yeah,
They
were all good
Fulham
goals.
looked good.
Fulham, I was just going to say, normally my go-to is I don't see where Fulham's going to get a goal from. And I still don't, but they still seem to be scoring.
Especially the last couple of games.
Yeah, and I bet Tete, he was glad that you weren't in charge of VAR that day.
100%.
You know, he was narrowly onside. You'll be like, no, actually, you're scoring. Actually, I don't know what my rules are, but yeah, fuck it, let's just have it offside.
Mate, VAR don't know what their rules are.
That is true.
That's why I could go and work at VAR.
That is true. You've got a good point there. Yeah,
I've always got a good point.
you have got. A good
But yeah,
point.
4-3. I think Fulham were unlucky not to get anything out of the game. However, the way Liverpool play, they just do not give up. It's a constant bombardment.
Yeah.
Over. So I watched them in midweek in Europe as well, and they just attack over and over and over again. They're just so fit. They just do not stop running.
Yeah.
I've never seen a team like it. They're just sprinting. It's literally when you play FIFA, you just hold down R2 and you're just sprinting the whole game.
Yeah. It's yeah, I know what you mean. It is like that. It was like attack v attack. Anyway, we're running out of time. So West Ham, Palace, 1-1, fairly standard. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Should we move on to the big
No,
game?
not really.
Move on to
Yeah.
the big 3. Sung Hyun Min with a brace. that was a good goal up his own end, wasn't it? I don't know what happened. He kind of just
Mate,
stuck
it was
his
a
leg
nice
out.
finish. It was a really neat finish. Tottenham looked really good, I must admit, but City were unlucky because they hit the post twice.
Mate, the football City play is unbelievable. Just the way they pass that ball around, like for Foden's goal, it
was insane.
It was incredible. Such a good goal. Even for Grealish, I mean, Grealish scored a banging goal. Like even for his, that was
really neat finish. Really neat finish.
But then Lo Celso's goal, he done well with that.
Kulusevski should not have scored that though. Ake should have been better than that, but Ake didn't. He came on, so he's not up to speed with the game, and that's the problem when you sub in a defender on midway through a game.
Took Akanji off, and I thought that was probably a mistake because I think Akanji was reading the game, had Kulusevski kind of where he wanted to. I think Kulusevski got away from him a couple of times, but kind of had him where he wanted. Yeah, and it was a good header though. But I thought Ake should have got there.
I don't want to detract it from Kulusevski. It was it was a good finish, and he definitely powered it. He did shove Ake though a little bit, I must say.
I think that's just an in-game shoulder barge. I think that's all right. I don't.
We've seen that being given against him this season already with VAR. So again, the consistencies. But entertaining 3-3. But City are shipping goals.
They are, but
they are shipping lots of goals this season.
I know you want to bypass the VAR, and to be fair, it wasn't VAR. It was the referee, wasn't it? Haaland was fouled.
Mate, I forgot about this.
Stayed on his feet. Threw ball over to, was it Alvarez?
No,
Foden?
threw ball to Grealish.
Oh,
Grealish was clear, and it was well onside. Like there was an entire body in front of him, so there's no way like his bollock was offside or anything. So it's fine, clear then. But and then they blew the whistle. Why?
I have no idea. It was so we
to give City a free kick.
Actually. Yeah.
No, that's just poor reffing. Poor reffing.
Poor. That would have won them the game.
Yeah, it would have been a 4-3. So thank you, Simon Hooper, for being shit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Really, really helped Arsenal out there.
Really poor. Right. Shall we move on to... Where do you want to go, Ben?
Should we go to Brazil?
No, we're going to start off in Italy, true to form.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice,
So I'm
cool.
just going to rattle through a couple of big results. So Napoli won away at Atalanta 2-1 on the 25th of November, along with AC Milan winning at Fiorentina. Salernitana beat Lazio 2-1 as well on there. The next day, which is the 26th, my earbud, which was out of my ear. Juve in Inter 1-1 draw. Roma beat Udinese. And then moving into this last weekend gone, so from the 1st to the 3rd, we had Juventus win away at Monza. AC Milan beat Frosinone 3-1. Inter Milan won away at Napoli. So I bet you want to know what is going on in Italian football in terms of the league.
I would love to know, Will. Tell us more.
Thought you would. So Inter Milan sit top of the table, 2 points ahead of Juve, who are 4 points ahead of AC, who are 5 points ahead of Roma. So quite big gaps there. It's interesting to see what Inter and Juve are going to do, how that's going to work out. Rock bottom, Salernitana, Cagliari just ahead of them, 2 points ahead of them. Hellas Verona on the same amount of points, and then Empoli are a point ahead of safety.
Brilliant.
I bet you're sitting there thinking, I hope he goes to La Liga next.
I do, which is why I know you're going to go to Germany.
No, I'm going to La Liga.
Yep. Curveball.
Yeah,
Like a boomerang ball, that was.
Atletico Madrid 1, Mallorca 0 on the 25th of November. Real Madrid won away at Cadiz. Girona dropped a couple of points with a 1-1 draw at home against Atletico Bilbao. Keep that in mind. Because Real Madrid beat Granada 2-0. Girona beat Valencia 2-1. Barcelona beat Atletico Madrid 1-0.
Disappointed.
It was disappointing. So there has been a few changes in La Liga. Real Madrid now sit top. On points with Girona. They're 4 points ahead of Barcelona, who are 3 points ahead of Atletico. Sat rock bottom, you guessed it, Ben, Almeria. Granada is just above them, 3 points ahead of them, actually, so not just 3 points. They are, Celta Vigo are just above them, 1 point above them. They're managed by Rafa Benitez, Celta Vigo, who they just can't string a set of results together. I think he might be sacked before you know it. They spent a lot of money to get him in, thinking that he's the right man for the job. Wanted a big name there. He knows Spanish football. Unfortunately, he's just not doing the job for him, Ben.
It's just not performing.
Where do you want to go to next?
Should we go to the Bundesliga?
Good idea. So 24th of November to the 26th of November, Bayern won away at Köln. Werder Bremen lost away at Leverkusen. Sorry, they were home. Leverkusen were away. They won 3-0, Leverkusen.
Good luck, listeners, to keep up if you can.
Dortmund 4, Gladbach 2, Heidenheim 0, Bochum 0. I haven't said that for a while. And then the weekend's results, Munich and Union Berlin was postponed. So Harry Kane did not get a goal this weekend, unfortunately.
Yeah, did you see the snow in Munich?
Mental, wasn't it? Absolutely mental. Stuttgart beat Werder Bremen, who are not on the run that we thought they were going to be on. Leverkusen drew with Borussia Dortmund. So Leverkusen are 3 points ahead of Bayern Munich, but they have played a game more. Stuttgart are still flying. They're in third place, 2 points behind Bayern Munich. But they played a game more, of course. And they're 4 points ahead of Leipzig, who are 1 point ahead of Dortmund. Down the bottom, you guessed it, Ben, Union Berlin, 7 points. But they have got a game to play. It is against Bayern Munich, so, you know. Mainz are above them by 1 point, and then Darmstadt are a point above them, level on points with Köln. So the Saudi Pro League. I think you had a story for us, Ben, didn't you?
Yeah, thanks, mate. So Al Nassr versus Al Hilal at the weekend. Cristiano Ronaldo got squared up to by an absolute nobody of a player for Al Hilal, offering him out to have a fight. And Ronaldo,
Who are you?
absolute shithousery. Absolute shithousery. It's a fair play, Ronaldo. He's clearly enjoyed himself when he's on the pitch there.
Yeah,
Loving it, just taking the mick out of everyone.
And he also, Al Nassr against, I can't remember who it was. It was an Iranian team in the Asian Champions League. Can't think of who it was now, but he was brought down in the box. Referee awarded a penalty. He turned around and said, "No, not a penalty. Please don't give a penalty." So they didn't give it.
Wow, that's when you know you got influence, when you ask the ref not to do something after the ref made that decision.
But it was a foul.
Okay.
It was a foul awarded against him, but it wasn't a foul. So So they beat Al Akdoud on the 24th of November 3-0. Mate, 25th of November, Al Hilal away at Al Hazim. Guess what the score was?
0-0.
9-0 Al Hilal.
Wow.
Crazy.
Such a competitive league, isn't it?
Al Ali won away at Abha 6-0 on Thursday the 30th. Al Hilal beat Al Nassr 3-0 at the weekend. And Al Akdoud beat Al Ittifaq 1-0. So I think you're quite keen to see and hear what the lineup is. 7 points
I am.
Clear at the top of the table. Al Hilal, well done. Al Nassr behind them. Al Ali and Al Ittihad are third and fourth, respectively. Rock bottom, Al Hazim, as you would expect. Anyone knows that they're probably going to be relegated. Now, I know you're excited for this one, Ben. So, you want the weekend's game results from Brazil.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, because this is a very interesting one.
Yes, so Internacional 2, Corinthians 1. Red Bull Bragantino 1, Coritiba 0. You don't really need to know any of these, do you? You want to know the interesting ones, don't you?
Yeah,
Grêmio beat Vasco da Gama 1-0. Botafogo drew 0-0 with Cruzeiro. Atletico Paranaense 3, Santos 0. America Mineiro 3, Bahia 2. Now, big one. Palmeiras 1, Fluminense 0. Flamengo 2, Cuiabá 1, Atletico Mineiro 2, Sao Paulo 1. I know, Ben, I can see in your face the fact that you're not looking at the camera. You're clearly distracted with something else. You're excited by this.
I'm looking at the table.
It's exciting. Palmeiras are on 69 points, 37 games played. So there's one game left to play. So they are 3 points clear of Atletico Mineiro.
Who are they playing in their last game?
Hang on, mate. Can I just finish?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just getting excited. Why not?
Yeah,
go for it.
Right, thank you. Atletico Mineiro are second. Behind them on exactly the same amount of points is Flamengo. So they are within the three now are within touching distance of the title. Grêmio are behind them, 65 points. They're 4 points behind Palmeiras, so they can't win it, but they could still get second place, which is mental. Botafogo,
that is mental, isn't it?
Could still get second place. They're on 64 points. Then we go to Red Bull Bragantino, 62 points. Fluminense are now on 56 points. So that's where we are at. So you want the fixtures for the final game of the season, I bet?
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great to hear.
To be played on Thursday. So you've got Bahia Atletico Mineiro, Coritiba against Corinthians, Cruzeiro against Palmeiras, Cuiabá against Atletico Paranaense, Fluminense Grêmio, Guias against America Mineiro, Internacional against Botafogo, Santos against Fortaleza, Sao Paulo against Flamengo, Vasco da Gama against Red Bull Bragantino.
So any listeners out there, you will not understand 50% of those team names. So just look at the table and you'll find out.
So basically, you want to know Palmeiras, Atletico Mineiro, and Flamengo even. So Flamengo are away at Sao Paulo, Palmeiras are away at Cruzeiro, and Atletico Mineiro away at Bahia. So I think Mineiro will be the champions of Brazilian football.
You think Mineiro will? You think Palmeiras is going to lose?
No.
We said Atletico Mineiro are going to win.
Sorry, Palmeiras will be champions. I got confused. Sorry.
Yeah, and I'm sure you listeners will definitely get even more confused because if you haven't got the table in front of you, you are knackered.
Yes.
But Will, thanks for the update. Brilliant.
So WSL, obviously international duty this last weekend. City women beat Tottenham women 7-0 the weekend previous that. Everton won away at Aston Villa 2-1. Liverpool beat Brighton 4-0. Chelsea beat Leicester 5-2. Arsenal beat West Ham 3-0. Arsenal love a late win, don't they? Man United won away at Bristol City. So Chelsea are top. They're 3 points ahead of Arsenal, who are 3 points ahead of City. And Bristol City women and West Ham are joint bottom with 4 points, 2 points behind Aston Villa.
Excellent recap. That is a mic drop. And that is us done for this week. So thank you very much, guys. Will, always a pleasure.
Never a chore.
Have a good one. I'll speak to you guys later.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.